Evening, everyone. It's Rob with MMORPG.com, and tonight I'm here with Eric Heimburg, who is the lead developer and lead designer on Project Gorgon. Evening, Eric.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm well. Thanks for asking. Sorry, I just about choked on something there. Not sure what. Just random invisible air. Um, so my first question to you: what is a Gorgon?
Well, the Gorgons in the game's mythology are horrific monsters that can do terrible, terrible things permanently to your character. Like one of the Gorgons can turn you into a pig forever. But the reason the game is called that is sort of an internal code name because it was it's the Geoth, the seventh attempt at making an MMO by our indie team here. So Project Frontier was the last one. So that was F, and this is G, Gorgon.
Oh, okay. Okay, this is a pretty wicked way. We're not going to call them versions. We're going to give them letter name. All right,
Yeah.
I got you. So, all right. So, how long have you guys been working on Project Gorgon?
Full time, about a year. Before that, on and off for like 3 years before that, as we developed different parts of the engine and tried different stuff out.
Okay,
We've
and
got another year and a half, 2 years to go.
and that leads me into the next part. I guess the game is currently in a pre-alpha or some version of alpha state right now.
I'd call it early alpha. Yeah, we have some of the basic gameplay is there, and every week we're tweaking how the different combat systems work and so on and so forth, and the graphics change. So it's very very early in development, but developed enough that you can tell kind of how it will feel eventually.
Okay. So, those of you that are watching at home, you can see I have the character creation up. It appears that there are about 5 different sliders you can choose from. 3 races: human, elf, and Rakshasa. Or hopefully I was close.
That's right.
Rakshasa, yeah. Which looks like a weird fox cat dog man. Is that the alternative name for him? Weird cat fox dog man?
In the lore, they're actually pretty picky about being called Rakshasas, and they call people racist if you call them unpleasant names. But
Cat wolf dog man?
They hate that.
All right, well, let's be vanilla. Actually, I take that back. Let's be the Rakshasa. And it doesn't, at this point, everybody has the same starting area, correct?
Correct.
All right, and we'll go ahead and make Graculin the Rakshasa male. And although their culture is extremely advanced, they have recently gone savage, as the humans put it, leaving their cities and forming camps in the wilderness. It's unclear why. Why is that, Eric?
Well, that will be revealed in the next section that we release. I don't want to be too spoilery, but they aren't from around here, and they have a long history and have sort of arrived on this planet.
Okay, well, it looks like I just got shanked with some kind of magic spell. Wipe his mind, throw him in the old cave. I'll take it from here. And there is how the introduction in the cave. So we were talking a little bit about the engine, and just want to kind of go back to that for a second. Is this a total? Have you guys leased an engine from someone, or are you developing this first party, or how are you guys going about that?
This is the client is the Unity engine with a large number of changes to make it work for an MMO, and the server is a custom coded backend. So the heavy lifting of the graphics is done with the Unity game engine.
Okay, and I just right click to move. And where am I at? I am in a cave. I see some mushrooms. I got a bucket here that's got some green bubbles, so I don't know if I should drink that or not. Because apparently it smells of oats. I guess it's porridge. That's some nasty looking porridge, Eric. Where did you learn to eat porridge?
Probably needs another color on that, huh? Yeah, programmer art sometimes. The little particles are my programmer art, so we haven't gotten a real particle on that. So.
Well, it brings up something good, though. I ate some porridge, and I earned 50 experience points, and now I leveled up Gourmand.
Right.
And so I would assume that has something to do with eating food. You force yourself to eat some porridge, you feel your endurance improving. For an hour after you eat food, your health and power will refill more quickly between fights. That's nice. I will not eat any more. I will not eat any more gruel. I will go check out these mushrooms now. And now I've got mycology. So, kind of explain to us what's going on here as I interact with these different things throughout the world. It appears that I'm getting experience points in different skills and not necessarily just general experience for my character. Are you there?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Oh, that's weird.
I think I lost you. I left it with the question I asked. I can see that I'm gaining experience for what would appear different individual skills and abilities, and not just general experience for my character.
Right. There are no character levels in the game. There's really only skill levels. So there's dozens and dozens of different skills for different things. Like the gourmand skill you picked up. As you eat different kinds of food around the world, your gourmand level will raise as your palate is refined, and that gives you small bonuses. So there's lots of little skills that give you small bonuses. Your combat is defined by the skills you happen to want to be using. Like on the bottom bar down there, you have a sword and a unarmed skill on your bars right now. As you play the game more, you'll unlock more skills, and you can just choose to have two different skills active at a time. And so whatever skills you're leveling are effectively your character level for that particular moment. But there's not any overall level to your guy.
Okay, well, I just found a dead elf that looked like he was there for a couple weeks, and I picked up a moldy sword, so now I can actually do that sword slash because I couldn't beforehand. Which, kind of makes sense. Don't have a sword, can't do sword slash. And now I'm getting shanked by a skeleton. And I killed him. Searches corpse, found a moldy ancient shirt. Do I want to put this on, Eric, or are you setting me up here?
If you can put it on, you should put it on. Yeah. I'm watching the stream. I'm 30 seconds behind you, so.
Yeah, let's see. Where'd it go? Did it automatically... The sword didn't automatically equip, so I wouldn't assume the shirt did.
No.
Is this... Okay, let me read this for boys and girls at home in case you can't actually see the text on the stream. Crude undershirt. This gross shirt smells of urine. It provides no armor protection, and it's also very itchy. Why on the earth would I want to put that on, Eric?
Well, you start with it because our pre-alpha testers complained about being naked. So.
Okay. Well,
So you could just take that off and put on a whatever you found there.
I put on the moldy ancient shirt. It gives me max armor plus 12. It's some hideous leather armor. It does have value, though. And it doesn't smell like cat piss. So...
A big win.
I will continue it. Obviously, if you've ever had cats, you know that that's a big win. Got some dead skeletons laying around here, and we're not going to worry about them so much. Can't use park. Target's not attackable.
So you can see up there on the top left, you've got a little bar of blue next to your bar of red, and that's your armor bar. So as you are taking damage, both your armor and your health drop. So your armor directly provides extra pseudo hit points, I guess you'd say, as well as other protective attributes. But a very obvious way of telling how good your armor is seeing how many armor points total you get on that little bar.
It's a very interesting way to go about doing it.
Yeah, I just wanted to give it more of a... So you can kind of tell what your armor's doing a little bit.
I am perplexed now by what I'm seeing. It appears that it is snowing inside.
That's correct, yeah.
Some scribbly notes over here. Let's see if we can find out why exactly it's snowed inside. The hags are becoming more persistent. I won't be able to stay here much longer. Must wrap up my experiments. The nature sphere is done. The magical sunlight grew a tree in just a few weeks. Even more amazing, when I turned it off, warm sunlight continued to pour into the cave. Perhaps I don't understand about this device as well as I thought. He's talking about it being warm sunlight pouring into the cave, and here it is snowing.
Yeah, it didn't go as well as he hoped.
I think we have different definitions of warm, Eric, because I don't consider this to be warm. I would consider this to be cold.
Yeah, that's a mystery that unravels as you play. So,
Well, at least I'm on the right track.
yeah,
Haystack looks like food for an animal. And my
that's
foraging's
something.
gone up.
You, one of the things that we're still working on is the tutorial experience, and something that you'll need to know very shortly is there's a note in your inventory that explains this if you spotted it. That as you start playing the game, very quickly you'll run into our boss mechanic. Like normally, if you die, nothing bad happens to you. You just respawn where you were and you keep going. But if you're fighting a boss, the bosses can do horrible, horrible things to you that are permanent unless you manage to get them removed. Uh, in this dungeon, far more dangerous than should be in a tutorial cave, is a boss that can turn you into a cow forever. So uh, if you see the warning screen up ahead, don't fight that.
I was getting ready to say that's a very interesting thing you got going on there. That you would have. I like the idea of possibly having permanent things happen to your character. I don't know that putting those in the starting dungeon would work out too well. It's like, hey, I'm the developer. We're griefing you. I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, it's basically been a. I mean, as we developed the tech, we needed to put things where players could find them, and then we're slowly refining it to be less ridiculous. Most of the curses in the game are fairly minor, like they slow down your run, or they make your hair green, or something not turning into a cow forever. But some of them do turn into a cow or a deer or a pig forever, and there's an upside to that, right? The cow has their own skill set. It's kind of a pseudo tanky skill set. They're pretty hard to kill. They can also be milked by other players to generate milk and help you create cheese. So it's possible to play the whole game as a cow if that's what you are into. And people in chat saying, yeah, they're still cows.
Eric. This is not something I ever thought I'd have to say on an interview, but I don't know that I'd be too cool with other players milking me in an MMORPG.
One of the very first confirmation screens we added was player X would like to milk you. Do you accept? Because of that.
That's where I draw the line at milking.
I understand.
It's like Jinxie Cat. Don't milk Jinxie Cat. All right, I got some endurance experience. Is that the battle experience points?
That's your basically your armor wearing experience, I guess you'd say.
I just got a femur.
Great.
And I got a new skill as well. And I can see how I'm doing damage to his armor and his health simultaneously. I've just been stunned. And I killed him. And I got 2 endurance experience points. It's not a very nice skeleton. If you're already dead and your flesh is rotted, why do you have to be mean?
In the lore of the game, undead are powered by hate and other powerful negative emotions, which, as long as there's hate in the world, there'll be more undead. So don't worry about killing them. They'll be back.
All right. So I learned the ability parry. So is that like an ability that I would queue and then it would work on their next attack? Or is that something that I have to actively see they're attacking me and then hit parry and possibly parry their ability?
It's kind of hard. Yeah, we're still trying to figure out how to explain this to people. But the parry, actually, there's a third bar when you target someone, and it looks like a little fist.
Yeah, the power.
Yeah, and for players, that's power, and for monsters, that's rage. And parry depletes their rage bar. So you don't need to use it at any particular moment. You just use it when their rage bar is kind of full, but before it gets completely full. Once it's completely full, they'll use their stun power on you and stun you. But if you use it before that, you deplete their bar and avoid getting stunned.
Okay. So since you obviously have a lot of ideas that are similar to MMOs when they first were starting to be developed, and not so much as we see them anymore, and some abilities that we do see in sandbox, quote-unquote sandbox MMOs, like EVE, where you learn a skill and queue it up, or something similar to that effect. Use it to learn it, not just, wow, you killed something, so you figured out how to do a more powerful attack. who is this game designed for? Who's your target audience?
I don't think. I mean, a lot of people have called it a game for people who reminisce about EverQuest or Asheron's Call, and I don't know that that's exactly right because it isn't the most accurate old school game out in the world.
Okay.
It has a lot of new touches. Basically, my target audience is people who like exploring and like not being handheld, and I guess in my dream world where I have enough money to pull off the graphics, I would like to see this be the Skyrim Online of games, where there's just a vast world to explore and tons of stuff to unlock and find and be involved in.
Okay. I apparently earned death experience points. Now, you're going to have to explain that one to me, because I'm totally cool with doing things that are meaningful and being rewarded for that, but I died. I don't know that that was really an accomplishment.
Well, in the lore, as you level up, I guess it's kind of a spoiler, but as you level up a while, when your death level reaches a certain level, an option will appear there. Instead of respawning, you can enter the light, and you'll be able to talk to someone who explains that you're not actually dying; you're near dying. So this is near-death experience, if you will, and the different ways that you die teach you more about your own mortality. I guess it's from a gameplay point of view, it's a collection mechanic. It can be fun to find new things to die to sometimes, and all the different ways you die earn you different amounts of death XP the first time they happen.
Okay. I'm sitting there trying to attack him after he's already dead. That's what I get for looking at the hotbar. You mentioned earlier this boss that could permanently turn me into a cow. Because I'm so new and that I don't want to be milked, but I would like to show off the mechanic that you do have things in the game that can permanently alter your character. Speaking of which, by the way, this guy has a rat falling around. I tried to attack it earlier, wouldn't let me. Said I couldn't kill it.
Yeah, because I mean the exploration elements start in this cave, and there's actually all kinds of weird stuff to unlock and discover in this cave if you poke around. Some players can spend like 8 or 10 hours exploring this cave, and you can unlock the ability to tame rats and do that right in this newbie cave. So he just figured that part out.
Cool.
If you turn right here, actually I'm 30 seconds behind you. So if you turn right 30 seconds ago and go down towards that cow, you can.
Oh, I missed the cow. So
okay.
When you saw me touch that platform, do I need to head back from where I was at?
Yeah.
Okay. So head back down the cave and then make a left. We'll do that.
And we actually have a nice, lovely open world that we've been working hard on, and this cave is our year-old experience that really needs a graphics revamp. So we might actually halfway through here, a box pops up explaining that you can come back to this tutorial cave and find all of the hidden secrets later if you want. And we added a shortcut to get you out of the cave if you're starting to feel claustrophobic.
So I passed back the cave with the warning, danger ahead. Okay, I guess I'm going the right way. I wonder what my daughter is doing. Why doesn't anybody milk me? Where did Davlos go? I'm running out of hay. So you definitely went all out to make sure that people understood that they were going to a place that there was danger.
Yeah, we added lots of different warning boxes. There's still a...
I just got it.
Okay. The please pay attention, this is going to hurt really bad box.
You have a special intuition about supernatural dangers. You can tell when a nearby creature can inflict terrible curses on you. These curses are often much worse than mere death. It's really dumb to ignore this danger. You can always come back here later with friends and heavy weaponry if you need to satisfy your curiosity. Well, I'm curious, I have no friends, and I'm not going to come back with heavy weaponry, so let's see what happens. It's a moo cow, Eric. I really don't see this as being very threatening. And its name is Moronessa. Mrr. Alright, Moronessa, I'm going to come and throw a parry on you. You're not Davlos. Of course I'm not Davlos. I'm Graculin. And through another parry, your power is staying low, so I'm not going to let you enrage on me. I'm probably not going to kill you, but I'm not going to let you enrage on me.
That's good. That's good.
And I'm
And
dead.
in fact, if you don't let the cow rage on you, you actually won't turn into a cow. So I think you defeated the.
Yes, I did. We'll come back and get killed by the cow now. But I got 100 death experience this time, as opposed to 50 death experience last time.
The different ways to die are rated semi-arbitrarily by their difficulty in obtaining them.
So getting killed by the moo cow and not letting it enrage is apparently a pretty good accomplishment. Is what you're saying?
Yes, indeed.
Amazing. It's all I always wanted to do in life is get killed by a cow and not turn into one. All right, let's go back there and actually get this heifer to turn me into one of her ilk. Not milk, ilk. And the ancient skeleton guard decided to take a pot shot at me. Well, I wasn't. I'll come back and kill you later, friend. After we get turned into a moo cow, is there an ability for us to teleport? Can we do that yet, or is there some kind of special trigger we have to do?
You can do that whenever.
Okay.
It's just in the chat box. You type /leave tut LEAVETUT, like leave tutorial, but you leave the last bit off.
Okay.
There's a box that pops up and it tells you that, but you can do it anytime.
Gotcha. So let's go get this taken care of, and we'll go show some people some of the outdoor world so they're not so claustrophobic, and let them know what you've been working on. Oh, I did not get the warning the second time. I'm just kind of looking forward to that.
Yeah, it doesn't happen more than once every 10 minutes or something like that.
Okay. All right, cow. She's not mad. Get mad. Get mad. Turn me into a cow when I come back. There you are. This is boring. I'll just wait for Davlos. Okay. I'm a cow. Bovine reaction. You feel your innards shifting. You're turning into a cow. But I'm not a cow yet, so I have to wait a minute apparently. And so you said /leave tut.
Yep.
Some NPC favor requests are much harder than others.
So one of the big parts of the game is that there aren't a lot of directed quests, but there are a lot of NPCs who would like your help, and they have all kinds of different classic MMO quests that you can do. But you can also just say, screw it, this quest is too hard, and bribe them. Basically, you can give them gifts. You can hang out with them. There's lots of different ways to make NPCs your friends. So one of the elements of the game is figuring out who you want to be friends with, because every NPC has different things to offer you, like skills or training or items, and how you want to become their friend is also kind of up in the air based on your actions and what you want to do.
All right, and now I am a cow. Oh no, you've suffered a permanent change of species. Many people won't take you seriously in this form. Will any of the NPCs take me seriously?
Very few of them, actually. A few will.
What am I going to do? What about this pig? Will this pig take me serious?
The pig? Actually, I think the pig will now treat you as a fellow friendly animal and won't attack you. So
the pig would have attacked me beforehand?
Correct, yeah.
It's just asking to be turned into bacon. And then I looted its pork shoulder. You had one task. Make the pig drop bacon.
You got to cook the pork and the bacon.
It shall be done. All right, I guess this town over here would probably be the best bet for me to try and find some NPCs, huh?
Yep.
Let's see if we can... You know, for a cow, she moves pretty quick.
There's a shift key that will let you run, too.
I have used a shift key. Apparently, by the way, not only do you become a different species, you transmute gender as well.
In this particular curse, you do indeed, yep. Otherwise, we didn't really want people saying, milk my boy cow. It just doesn't...
yeah.
It doesn't flow very well.
Wouldn't work out too well. It'd be a little awkward.
Yeah. And they'd miss out on all of the cheese-making opportunities in the future, so...
Cheese making. Dig deep. Summon your body's last reserves of power in an emergency. And so that's a combat ability that you said helped them with the whole tanky aspect.
That part is actually just from your endurance from having worn taking a bunch of blows.
Ah,
So everybody gets that one. But your health actually went up by an extra 25 or 30 points of just for being a cow. So that's a little bit of the start of your tanky elements there. And
and
the different abilities you get if you fight as a cow will make you more powerful.
it does appear too that I have uh, stuff equipped as well. Like I still have my moldy ancient shirt equipped.
Right. They won't show up, but decided that your armor should still work via some sort of hand wavy magic because otherwise it's really hard to be a cow.
Yeah.
However, you don't have hands, and so your items you can't use swords because you don't have hands. So there's kind of a fine line between what we allow and what we kind of pretend and hand wave there.
This is not a very friendly Boyer and Fletcher. I wonder how it'd be if I put an arrow in your face.
Sorry.
I wonder what would happen if I arrowed your face. I don't know. What would you think if I kicked you? Here,
Unfortunately,
I'll kill your pig. No bacon for you.
if you try some of the different people in town will talk to you, but most of them consider you just a strange stray livestock that's wandering around.
And I don't blame them. I don't know that they take me seriously either. Someone in chat's mentioning Stampede. That is clearly asking to be developed into a skill for the cow, Stampede, if it's not already.
That is a power you get, yeah.
Okay. Here's a meditation pillar. Showing all recipes. So, we're starting to run towards the end here, and we have barely scratched the surface, but is there any couple few points that you'd like to bring up that to convey to the audience to kind of let them know what they should expect in Project Gorgon?
I think you've seen a lot of it that everybody's experience in the game is going to be pretty different because they pick different things they want to do and different things they want to take on and different people they talk to, and so there's a lot of it's really about exploring, and there's a lot more exploring to come. Is really the gist of it.
Okay. You guys are trying to get greenlit on Steam right now?
Yeah, and we're working on a website that will have a donation system that gives you goodies in game, more inventory space, a few things like that. Although the majority of that will be after we get further down the road. We're still pretty early, but we aren't planning to do a character wipe. So we'll probably end up wiping parts of the characters, but not your entire character. Like we'll reset your skills or your items probably when we revise item stats. But it's a good time to jump in and play around, and it's not like you're wasting time. Is kind of my point there.
Yeah, and it's free. So at this point, you can go to the website. You want to remind them what that URL is?
It's projectgorgon.com, and it's everything 100% free at the moment.
You download the patcher, which, by the way, is nice to have a patcher because there's other games that are in alpha that don't even have a patcher. You have to download the client every time. It's a pain in the butt. So, well, I appreciate your time, Eric, and good luck with your project. I definitely enjoyed the last half hour that we had, and we'll have this interview up within the next few days, and it'll be tomorrow. And thanks everybody at home for tuning in. I appreciate it. You guys have a good night.
Thanks.